Hello, y'all. It is Sunday. It is Florida. Florida has a temperature of 50 degrees. It was 25 this morning, y'all. But I still want to get out. My birthday's in a few days. And I will be 52 beautiful years young. But enough about that. I am really just out here today. He went fishing. I'm just gonna go. I want to go see my grandbabies. I want to run to Sam's. Let's see what she said. I asked my daughter-in-law what were they doing.
Just chilling.
They just chilling, y'all. So guess what? Nana wants to pay a visit. Nana loves to go see her babies. I really do. I really do. So it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. As you can see, the sun is obviously out because I put on my sunglasses. I've been drinking my water, y'all, and I can't complain. It's not as bad as I used to think it was. But so y'all want to just ride with me today? Y'all can ride with me. I'm trying to engage more with my content on YouTube. Y'all help your girl out because I'm trying to get my subscribers list growing. I am so happy. Well, I think because I've started posting more, because I used to post, then I'll fall off, then I'll post again, then I'll fall off again. But I was like, you know what? 2026 is my year of intention. And with that, I am trying to be much more cognizant of those things that I was putting off. So I'm trying to now make sure that I stay consistent with my posting, consistent with my my menu building and creating, expanding the brand. I have a lot of goals for myself, for the business this year. This year will mark our first anniversary of having the LLC for Dream Come True Baked Goods and Personal Chef Services. And I want to, just like I said, I want to be more intentional about growing my business as an entrepreneur, as a Black business owner, as a small business owner with a scratch kitchen. I emphasize a scratch kitchen. Those of you that don't know or have not quite figured out what it is that I do, I love cooking. I have always loved cooking. So with that being said, it's like when I get paid to cook, you know, I'm always cooking. I'm always either inviting friends over or, you know, fixing plates to go. And I'm just like, you know what? People, I mean, I would assume they ain't just telling me my food tastes good if it don't taste good, right? So, in baking cakes and stuff, and I never used to like baking, but now I have grown to enjoy baking. It is a stress reliever. It is one of those things that I can do, you know, in the solitude of my home and just let the creative juices flow. You know, you can you obviously work by a recipe, especially with baking, because there's a science, but there are opportunities for you to just be creative. And I want to say that to you today. If there's anything that's in you, a passion, you know, whatever it is, and I like to refer to it as a ministry, whatever it is that's in you that you feel is worthy of you sharing with the world, don't sit on it. Don't sit on it. God put it in you for a reason. Share it with the world. You would truly be surprised at some of the gifts that you possess that you may just be thinking, oh yeah, I do that well, I do that good, you know, people really like it, or people always compliment me on it, you know, you just have no idea of how far you can go with something that you think of as just, I do it every day. You know, that's how I was with cooking. I cooked every day. I raised 3 kids, so I had to cook, you know. And cooking, when they were young, I will admit, I wasn't always trying to be creative. For me, it was just like, okay, what can I fix these boys so that we can get the homework? You know what I'm saying? Or, You know, they're coming in from practice. What can I have ready for them to eat so that they can eat when they get in from football, basketball, you know, practice or what have you. But now that my children, or my sons, should I say, are adults with their own families, now I cook for the love of cooking. I've always loved cooking, but I actually cook for the love of cooking. It is truly a passion of mine. I can genuinely say that I can go in the kitchen now and I can take simple ingredients and make a meal that normally would take planning, prepping, you know, writing it down, go to the store, walk up and down every aisle. When you can take simple ingredients that are in your pantry, that are in your refrigerator, that are in your cupboard, and just let your creative juices flow, you know. Because if you know how to cook, I mean, people always say, I don't know how to cook. Anybody can cook. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Anybody can cook. You know what you like. Now, granted, there are some people that can literally burn. But if you know that you like spaghetti, you know how to go in there, ground some ground beef or turkey or chicken or whatever protein you choose to put in, if you choose to put a protein in it, and boil some noodles. Now, if you're not a master at boiling noodles, they might not be quite al dente. They might not be just how you want them. But enough of practice of anything will definitely make perfect. So I just, again, like I say, whatever it is, man, whatever it is that's burning inside of you to share with someone else. It may not be a gift to share with the world. You may have a ministry to just work with some people, some youth or something in your church, or, you know, you might be the only person on your job or on your team that can do something that, you know, people look at it like I say, you may think of it as, I do this every day. It ain't nothing spectacular. Trust me, there is a gift for a reason. There's a purpose. There's a purpose for your gift. So whatever you do, tap into your gift. You know, share your gift. You know, and if you don't know what your gift is, there is a scripture that says, stir up the gift. God will stir up that gift within you, and trust me, you will be surprised of how much of a blessing you could be to others just by doing something that you do well. I said again, I did want to start, you know, engaging more. Y'all, let's talk about social media. Let's talk about these different platforms. And I think I got so many topics that I want to talk about. I need to write a script so that I'm not reading from a script, but I'm at least staying on script, because y'all, I do have a tendency. I'm an Aquarius. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. I am an Aquarius. And we as Aquarians are known to, we operate like off that squirrel effect, you know. It's like, ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, what's that over there? Ooh, what's that over there? We in 100 different places. My husband always tells me, you got such a hyperactive personality. I really don't. Trust me, I can get in a corner somewhere and be quiet and sit still. I think it's more sometimey than hyper. Now forgive me, because I am driving. I can be very talky and chatty 1 minute and jive 15 minutes later. Girl, please don't say nothing to me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be around about it. I don't want to look at nobody. I don't want to think about nobody. That's me. I can admit it. That's me. You know how some people, when they get 60 and 75, especially my mom, I remember my mom when she turned 75, she adopted this whole, I'm 75, I can say what I want. I think I've adopted that already before 75, because you get to a point in life where, you know what? Yeah, look here. Look at him. That's all I can say is look at him. But seriously, y'all, I will say that I have a very bubbly personality. I am a social butterfly by default. I had a father that was very, very sociable. He did not meet a stranger. My mom, she's that little gentle, you know, little church lady that smile. That's my mama. Now, don't get her timing wrong, but like I said, so I have my moments, and then I have my look at here now, God ain't through with me yet moments, and I'm just keeping it real. You know, that's what we out here to do, is keep it real. So with keeping it real, it comes with me addressing a few things that may or may not be topic of choice for some people. And like I said, I'm gonna work on me a few things that I want to start bringing up when I do in the car chats, or not even in the car chats, just chats with my peoples, because I want to hear what you all think about some of these things. Because a lot of times I'll be like, am I the only person thinking this? I can't be the only person thinking this. Somebody else had to think this too. But sometimes I might be the only person thinking it. Who knows? Who knows? Glory! Who knows? But what I am gonna address is, as a small business owner, and I don't profess to know everybody. I don't profess to have a million friends, but I have a good round number in the thousands of friends on social media. But it's so funny how when you are working towards a personal goal, you have your select circle that will support you no matter what. No matter what, And let's just be real. Let's just be real right now. And if you're smart, and I think that I'm pretty astute, you can observe who is in your corner, who is just trolling, and who really just flat out don't like you. But they won't unfriend you, they won't unfollow you, because they scared they gonna miss what you got going on. Y'all know any people like that? Y'all got any people like that? And some people be like, well, it's simple. Block them. Nah, I ain't gonna block them. I ain't gonna block them. Because the way I see it, what you doing can't stop what I got going on. You can't stop my motion. I ain't trying to stop yours, but I do see you. Because, they always say keep your grass cut real low and then you can see the snakes. That's a true statement. Because I know people firsthand that I know I ain't did nothing to, and we was cool 1, 2, 4, 10 years ago. Ain't nothing changed. We still acquaintances on social media, all platforms might I add, because they won't just follow you in one platform. They're gonna follow you wherever you are. Trust me. And it's funny, I guess they don't be realizing that when your story is seen by them, that you can see that they saw your story. And if you've posted multiple stories, you could tell that when they didn't mean to post, then when they didn't mean to click on your story, because they only saw one of them. Because that done happened to me before. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna testify. I ain't gonna lie. I done looked at the preview and I'm like, I don't even want to see that. But then if you sit there and you watch that little ad in between somebody else's, you ain't land on their story. So sometimes I be like, dang it, I ain't want them to know I seen them. I'm just testifying, okay? Don't y'all, some of y'all out there test the line. I'm testifying. But anyway, so you got some people that notoriously do that all the time. And I'm just like, you putting too much energy in trying to hide from me seeing you. You know what I'm saying? Just, you ain't got to hit like. You ain't even got to hit love. Just unfollow me, because I'm not going to unfollow you. I'm going to let you see what's going on in my life. I'm going to let you see, whether you choose to or not, because I'm not one of these people that post to boast. I don't do that. We don't do that over here. What I do is I post things. I try to uplift. I try to show, hey, this is what I'm in there cooking. Because sometimes, girl, I done made Roman noodles look like a whole gourmet meal. Okay? I ain't up in here trying to gatekeep when I come up with something. I don't sit there and be like, oh, I can't give y'all the recipe. Girl, I take pictures with all the ingredients sitting up on the countertop. I ain't one of these people that feel like, oh, if I tell you I gotta kill you, I gotta unalive you. I don't want to say no wrong words on YouTube, y'all. But anyway, all I'm saying is, don't be following people on a slide. And if you got a problem with a person, just don't even be in their circle. Just unfollow them. Block them. But like I said, if you choose to follow me, yeah, you're gonna, because I have truly, I will say this, y'all. I'm so thankful for this little feature. So Facebook has this little feature called, I think it was called mute. I had to mute some people because it was getting to the point where some people, I just see stuff that they post all day long, 100 times a day, and it's just like, we too grown. We too grown to be posting 5,000 times a day. Like, I'm sorry. If you got more than 10 posts in one day, you got too much time on your hand, and that's just on one platform. You got way too much time on your hand. Now I know it's simple to just sit there and be scrolling and hit share or whatever. No, some of these don't be shares. Some of these be they thoughts. And it's like, don't tell Facebook back, Lord, I thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning and starting me on my way and giving me the activity of my limb. No, if you praying to God, why is you posting that? Because that's your prayer to God, not to Facebook. Come on, y'all. Let's do better. It needs to be grown people. I ain't talking about no children, because, obviously the children ain't even on Facebook no more. They be looking at us like we old anyhow, talking about who's on Facebook anymore. That's so 2000s and stuff. Child, please, them children done moved on to everything else. We trying to keep up with them. I do like Snapchat, y'all. I do like that. And y'all forgive me if I'm jumping subjects. I'm riding right now, so I'm having random conversations. But like I said, I am going to sit with an intentional list of topics. And if y'all have any topic ideas that we can discuss here together and just, talk about them and get in the comments and let's see what other people think and how other people feel about some of these things, y'all feel free. I am truly, genuinely trying to engage. Because we see so much negativity in the news and so much negativity on social media, speaking of, and it's kind of like, why not have some adult fruitful conversations? Like, what books are y'all reading right now? I do know Netflix has had me in the chokehold. Me and honey, we've been getting caught up on some things. We watched a few movies yesterday with this weather. We just camped out inside and indoors, and before I went to the store, and we watched the His and Hers. Oh, heard so many good things about that, and then we got up on that. That was good. Now I tell you, last weekend what did have me in the chokehold, and it was on Peacock. Have y'all seen Fight Night? I'm sure y'all probably have, because I'd be a little late on stuff. But Fight Night with Kevin Hart, Samuel L. Jackson, it was like some heavy hitters in it. Clifton Powell, what his name? My mind just went blank. Oh my God, David Banner, the singer. David Banner. It had some bangers in it. And when I tell you, we watched all 8 episodes. We started at like 12 noon last Saturday. Baby, I had a few things I had planned to do, but needless to say, when I finally got up, it was 8 p.m. We had watched all 8 episodes because they was about an hour apiece. We watched all 8 episodes, but guess what? It was so good. So if you have not checked out Fight Night, I encourage y'all, please go check out Fight Night. It's good. It is really good. And I did at the end, we found out that it was actually based on a true story. So, I'm pretty sure there were some embellishments, but overall, it was a very, very good series. Yesterday, we did watch a couple of movies. One, I think, was called Dust Bunny. It was sort of like a sci-fi thriller. I normally don't get into stuff like that, but I found myself watching the whole movie. What's that chick named? Sigourney Weaver. She was in that one. I think she's part alien for real, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm looking for a parking space, y'all, so forgive my rudeness. But I've arrived here at Sam's. I want to go and get the babies some diapers and pull-ups. Yeah, our children are adults and they live their full on lives, but they will always be my babies, and they didn't ask me for this. So I love doing for my children when they don't ask me for nothing, and my kids don't ask me for anything. So I am blessed. I am truly blessed. So it warms my heart to be able to do things for the grands as I choose. Because I know some people, God bless them. I ain't taking nothing from nobody, and I ain't saying nothing about nobody. But there are some people that doing for their children is not an option, So I am blessed that God allowed me to raise some young men that You know, I do for them as I choose to. There's some people up in Sam's, y'all. I don't know why I decided to come here today. I know I should have known it's Sunday. But, I mean, ain't like I got nothing else going on. So, let me just not complain. I'm going to go in Sam's. And I'm going in, but I just told y'all. I'm going in for diapers and pull-ups. Now, what I come out with, mind y'all business. Because I don't know if I'm going to come out with just diapers and pull-ups. We shall see. Talk to y'all in a bit. All right, y'all. I just left Sam's. Got in and out of there in less than a half an hour. Go figure. And I'm going to link up, or should I say, I'm going to take a picture and show y'all I did stay on target. I literally bought the diapers and the wipes. But the only thing I got in addition to the diapers, what I told y'all, don't judge me. The only thing I got in addition to diapers, y'all, was my standard pack of disposable pans. I do like to keep those on hand at home. Between cooking orders and just everyday cooking, I keep those pans on deck. Because anybody trying to wash all them dishes? I mean, granted, I have enough dishes to wash as it is. So I'm not trying to have all those baked pans. And a lot of times I like to just throw something in the oven and bake it right quick. Or bake something that doesn't require like the Dutch ovens or things like that. So those pans definitely come in handy because it's like a 35 pack or something. And they last me for quite some time. So I think I was down to like my last one. I normally don't let myself get that low before I at least go ahead. Excuse me. Technical difficulties. I don't usually let myself get that low. I hope I got this thing positioned right. But y'all, can we pause for a moment? Yeah, I need a word of prayer. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I got those diapers, y'all. Why ain't nobody told me diapers was so expensive? I mean, they was expensive when I was raising kids 25, 30 years ago. My youngest child is going to be 25. Baby, that lady said $140. I said, what? I got newborn diapers, size 5 diapers, and I was teetering between the 4s and the 5s. And then I got pull-ups and a box of wipes, y'all. I mean, I felt bad as a grandmama that I ain't been buying diapers in bulk like that before now, because I'm like, ooh, I'm in the wrong business. I need to be coming up with some kind of disposable diaper. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something, or a recyclable diaper or something, because baby. But I think they last a while. I mean, I'm hoping for my kids' sake. I hope they do, because y'all, that I had a couple of things in the I was gonna splurge. I had a couple of things in there for myself, but I said I don't need them that bad. I don't need them that bad. I'd rather do something for the kids, you know what I'm saying? Because I work every day, you know. And of course I do believe in getting what I want. So there was nothing in there that I needed. Not this week. I mean, because granted, I pretty much got everything that I want, you know. But I always see other stuff. So I'm going to save that for TJ Maxx. We'll talk about that later. Because if I don't make it to TJ Maxx today, most certainly I will be there this week. Because that's my spot, y'all. Ain't no secret. TJ Maxx is the place to be. I just have to pick and choose which one I'm going to go to at the particular time. Because I have a few that I really, really like to go to. They have really nice selections. Yeah, so, but I did see, Honey and I've been talking about getting a fire pit. They do have some on clearance in Sam's. So I took a picture to show him. I think I might get that this week. Because, I mean, it's not going to be cold forever, of course. But you can sit around a fire at night any time of year. You know, it don't have to be cold to sit outside for a fire. You know, you can even get a nice brisk evening to come through in the springtime, and you can sit around the fire. With the grandkids, we like to sit around the fire sometimes. The kids like to roast marshmallows. I personally don't like marshmallows, but hey, it ain't all about me, right? Psych, you lying. Yeah, it is. But anyway, so I'm gonna make a little trip over here. I want to go over and see the babies and love on them for a couple of hours. It's just 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Got work tomorrow. Only got to go to work for 3 days this week because your girl birthday. Did I tell y'all that already? I'm pretty sure I did. Your girl birthday is 3 wake ups away, and I'm excited. I have not one thing or place scheduled to go. It's just, I'm just happy for life, health, and strength. And I mean that. There was a time where that just sounded cliche and sounded good, and you sounded like a child of God if you said, I just want life, health, and strength. No, y'all, I mean that now at 52, or going to be 52. I mean that thing, life, health, and strength, because we just found out last week a classmate of ours passed away, and man, that thing got next to me, because not because I was close to him or that I even still engaged with him outside of school. I've been out of school like 35 years, but I still would see him on social media. He was very well known and very well liked when we were in school. So to hear of his passing was very, very shocking, to say the least. And then it was very sad, because I think about myself now. Like, I have adult kids and grandkids that I want to see grow up. I want to see my babies grow up. And just the thought, of God, of course, whatever God's will is, I have nothing to say or do about that. But just knowing that my days with those that I love, just thinking now that my days could be limited. And that's why I try, even though I know I have a cooking business and everything, y'all, don't get me wrong, I still try to incorporate healthy eating where I can. I love me a little pork. Again, don't judge me. I love me a little pork. I love me a lot of pork. Okay, I like bacon. I like pit head. I like neck bones. Okay, I love me some ribs. But everything in moderation, y'all. Everything. And like I said, get that water in. Anybody that knows me knows I did not like water. And it has not been a quick transition. I have been drinking water consistently now, and y'all can call me whatever you want to call me. I have been drinking water consistently now for about 3 months. Hey, some of y'all that might be like, girl, that's water. You ain't been. No, I didn't like water. I didn't. My dad passed away in 2019. As many of you know, my dad passed away. He had stage 4 renal failure. He also was on dialysis. He also had once received a kidney, and the doctors told him when he got the kidney that it would last roughly 8 to 9 years. And it literally did. It lasted about 8 years. And after 8 years, he started having the issues again. And we tried again to put him on the list again for donors. And basically the way that whole donor situation works is, they don't say it like this, but you read between the lines. He was older at this point. He was 8 to 9 years older than he was when he got the first kidney. That was the first thing. Second thing is, he obviously, his health had acquired more health concerns in 8 years. That was second. And then lastly, they don't say it, but they look at it like, we have someone who has never had a kidney transplant, who is younger, may have fewer comorbidities, and then you already been, basically they say you've already been given a chance, a second chance, so we're going to let someone else get a second chance. So while we were definitely hopeful and prayerful that he would get another kidney, realistically we were at a place of, God, what is to be is going to be. And he wound up back on dialysis. He was on dialysis for, I think, maybe another 4 or 5 years. I've lost track of time now, but nonetheless, he never gave up. My dad never gave up. I love that man, and I will forever miss him. I will forever love him. I'm grateful to God for who he gave me as a father. And my dad, he was one of a kind, man. Even in his illness, he never stopped. You know, my dad, he had a van, because he always drove vans, always drove trucks and sports cars. But he had this van, and he got his van customized because he was a double amputee at this point. And he didn't have any legs. He had started losing fingers, but he had his van customized where he could drive it. He would wheel himself onto the van. He had a board that he would scoot over into the driver's seat. And because he had no legs, his gears were up on the steering wheel, so he could drive, stop, slow down, everything on the steering wheel. Man, please, my daddy was everywhere, okay? My daddy got gas every day. My daddy drove himself to dialysis 3 days a week. And my daddy was a real one, you hear me? He was a real one. And, you know, I look up to that man. So I said all that to say, even watching him in, you know, his last and final days, and although his kidney failure was not a result of not drinking water, I mean, my dad was a diabetic, so a lot of his kidney disease was a side effect of the diabetes. But nevertheless, just knowing that the water flushes the kidneys, I had hoped. I always had this inner desire to just want to drink water and always wanted to do better. But no, I just was like, water ain't got no taste to it. So what I did, I mean, I tried everything. I bought, you know, the big plastic jugs where you sit there and you take the marker and you mark every hour on the hour with a little, you know, words of affirmation to make you drink more water for the next hour. And at the end of the day, you reward yourself. Tried all of that. Shenanigans. And so it wasn't until November, one of my coworkers, she had this cup and it was so cutely designed. I've had Yetis and everything, but this one here, and Brewmate, y'all need to sponsor me. This one is a Brewmate, and yeah, Brewmate is a nice cup. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that the cup gets all the credit, but when I tell y'all I put water in this cup the very first day I got it, the water tastes so different. And what I vowed to myself was I was only going to put water in this cup. So I don't put no mixtures in my water. I don't put no tea. I don't put nothing, because I swear that if I put something else in this cup, it's going to alter the taste of the water. So right now, this water tastes so good and crisp. And I mean, I have only drank water from this cup. I promise you. I wash my dishes in bleach. Anybody that know me know I wash my dishes in bleach. I don't even wash this cup in bleach water because I do not want to alter the taste of the water, because I'm so happy. And since I've only been drinking water, yeah, your girl done lost some pounds, y'all. Your girl done dropped like 2 sizes. So, y'all, if you don't drink water for no other reason, you out there trying to lose a pound, girl, go drink that water. Thank me later. Because I know it's other people out there like me, like I said earlier. I know it's other people out there that think the same thing, be thinking the same thing. So, I ain't the last person on earth to finally discover that water is good. Nor am I the last person to discover ice is cold. Y'all will catch that later. But yeah, so I'm fixing to go see the kitties, and Nana is gonna play Mrs. Claus and deliver some little surprise goodies to them. Cause see, you get to a certain point in life, y'all. My children probably have reached this point now. It's the little things. See, back in the day, they wanted you to show up with toys and pretty stuff and flashy stuff. Now, I think they're going to be happy to see some diapers and some wipes. What y'all think? Oh, baby, that number stuck in my head. It hit me. I'm trying to tell y'all. When that lady told me how much it was, I had calculated in my head, but it's different. It hit different when you hear it. I'm just saying. It hits a little bit different when you actually hear that number. But it's okay. It's okay. My baby's worth it. At the end of the day, they are truly worth it. And like I said earlier, my children don't ask me for anything. So it's the least that I can do for them, because I know how hard life is. I know how hard times are. And again, I ain't sitting here by no means trying to say, oh, I got it like that. But I do know that raising children is challenging. It's challenging in more ways than one. It can definitely be financially challenging. It can be mentally challenging. It can be emotionally challenging. raising children. You're raising other personalities, other human beings. Man, I'm just saying. So if I can do anything, that's, in addition to paying tithes, that's my tithing of the week too. That's my other tithe, because I'm helping somebody else, whether it's my child or somebody else's child. So I would hope and pray that, other people out there realize that we have to be that village. We have to be that village. So I'm just gonna let y'all ride with me till I get to the house and go see the babies. I'm so sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to turn music up all loud. I was just trying to see if there was anything on the radio. It usually is not. Oh, y'all, I am looking for a camera. Can anyone drop me in the comments? Please drop in the comments any recommended cameras for content creations. I am looking for a camera, and I ain't trying to, break the bank. So don't y'all hit me over the head with no price, no cameras that's gonna be setting me back now. I just need something that's reliable, halfway decent battery life. Decent battery life, because I just realized how much battery it eats up when you're recording on the phone. I told y'all I'm trying to get used to this. I'm used to just, shooting a little something here, a little something there, but I'm being more engaged. I'm engaging. And I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. Y'all ain't better tell me no when I do them little face that. Y'all ain't better tell me nothing. Y'all, but no, for real though, seriously, please drop in the comments if y'all have any recommendations of good quality cameras for beginners. I don't need nothing that, people that's been doing this for 10, 15 plus years that know, this is the top of the line. I don't need the electric Lexus or Cadillac. I don't need the EV model. I just need the next up from, 2000. Get me up to 2026. Y'all know what I'm saying? I don't need to be spending no 6-7 bands on no camera. I ain't living with the camera. I mean, we do plan to have it around all the time, but I don't need to start out like that. I'm trying to learn how to, be consistent. Let's work on being consistent. Consistency. Can y'all say it with me? Consistency. Ain't nothing on the radio, so we're gonna turn that back off. I don't want to have all that other background noise, and then y'all be like, God dog, she already talk a lot. Y'all, excuse me, some people just can't drive. I don't know why they give everybody a driver's license. Y'all, like I said, in Florida, we got too many people here. Y'all, I just don't understand. We have so many people. I mean, I am all for somebody get to the state line and put up a sign, road closed. Darn. I mean, you can't go nowhere in record time no more. Like, let us have, I mean, I saw something that said by 2036, I think it was, or 2046, 1/3 or 2/3 of Miami will be underwater. What? Like, really? Come on, y'all. I can't swim. So I'm gonna have to go due north or something, because I can't swim. I ain't in Miami, but that's just disheartening, y'all. I can't even think about it. I shudder to think. Y'all, when I tell y'all it's a beautiful Sunday, just out here. My husband is going fishing, y'all. He's doing what he really enjoys. It's 46 degrees. It's too cold to be sitting still in this. Now, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm behind these vents with some heat blowing in them. But, baby, he's sitting out there in the cold. I can't do it. Just ride with me. Everywhere you look, man, they are building. It's like every patch of grass, they've got ground broken. Like, this can't be good for us in terms of the earth. I mean, everything gonna just be one big sinkhole after a while. I mean, it's scary to think about, because everywhere you look, and then they be wanting to call it a lake or a retention pond. No, that's a sinkhole. Y'all call it what it is, and people just be putting houses on them. Y'all gonna get enough. Y'all gonna get enough. Letting them keep tear up all the earth like this. These houses look pretty, but they ain't gonna look pretty when. Jesus, I don't even want to think about the disaster, but stop waking up and shaking up stuff. You know, give the earth a break. You stop recycling, and then you want to just start just digging everywhere. Y'all forgive me. I just get irritated with some stuff because Florida's just too crowded. It's just too crowded. We ain't got no more room at the end, okay? Go back to Georgia and Texas and all them other places that's up and popping. Because Florida, we boring down here. Remember, y'all used to call us country. And we still country. But they trying to make us a big city. Like a metropolis city at that. Y'all, I'm just about to my destination. So with that being said, I am going to hit you guys back later. I'll pick y'all up in just a bit. All right? Love y'all.